For more videos like this for Discrete 1, you can take a look at Sarai's studies. Link is in the description box below. We're told to find the power set of a set A, which contains the elements 1, 2, and 3, or the members 1, 2, and 3. Now, this is just a fancy way of saying, hey, list all of the possible subsets of A. But don't worry, you don't have to sit there and think. You can just do a membership table, which is literally the exact same thing as a truth table, but instead of propositions, we have members, so the members of the set. So how many columns do we need? One for each member, so 1, 2, 3 columns. How many rows do we need? Well, the number of rows is equal to 2 to the n, where n is the number of members that we have. So we have 3 members, so it's going to be 2 to the third power, that's 8, so we're going to have 8 rows. Now, how do we fill in the membership table? We take the number of rows divided by 2, which is 4, and we write it under the first column, and we keep dividing by 2 until we get to 1. This tells me how many trues and falses I'm going to have to start off with. Remember, we always start with trues, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 trues. I used up all my trues. I move on to my falses. So 1, 2, 3, 4 falses. I don't have any more space left, so I'm done with this column. I move on to the next. So I start with my trues. 1, 2 trues. I used up all my trues. I move on to my falses. So 1, 2 falses. I used up all my falses and my trues. So what do? Because I still have space left, I copy and paste the exact same pattern that I already wrote until I run out of space. So that's going to be true, true, false, false. The exact same thing that's here, copy to here. I run out of space, so I move on to the next column. This tells me I'm going to start off with 1 true and 1 false. So I used up all my trues, I move on to my falses, I used up all my falses. Now what do? I still have so much space left. I just copy and paste this exact pattern until I run out of space. So it's going to be true, false, true, false, true, false. Now for every row, you're going to have a set, and you're only going to put the members in the set if that member has a true in that row. So in this first row, all of the members have a true. So you're going to include all members in that set. For the second row, only 1 and 2 have a true, so you're only going to include 1 and true. For the third row, only 1 and 3 have a true, so you're only going to include 1 and 3. For the fourth row, only 1 has a true, so you're only going to include 1. For the fifth row, only 2 and 3 have a true, so you're only going to include 2 and 3. For the sixth row, only 2 has a true, so you're only going to include 2. For the seventh row, only 3 has a true, so you're only going to include 3. And finally, for the eighth row, none of the members have a true, so you just have an empty set. And now you have your answer. You just have to put it together. The power set of set A, if it was set B, it would be B, is equal to, and then you just do a set of all of these sets together. So in order for all of them to fit, I'm just going to put this right here, and all I'm going to do is just copy them. And then put commas in between them, and this one's going to go right here, and that's it. That's the power set of A. And notice that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sets, which is exactly the amount of rows that I have. So the cardinality, the size of the power set, is always 2 to the n, where n is the number of members that you have. And in your answer key, in your homeworks, or in your exams, you're probably going to see that they're going to have it very organized, like the empty set, then 1 for each member, then 1 for all of the members, and then all of the ones in between. But the order of sets doesn't matter, so you don't have to worry about that. And that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next.